Hey everyone, how are we all doing? Okay, so before we get started, everything I say in this video is my opinion, mine alone. Please please do not attack or harass anything mentioned in this video. Please do your own research, come to your own conclusions. We may not all have the same opinions, we may not all come to the same conclusions, and that is great. So, now we're here, let's get into it. For me, this one has been a long time in the making. First came along this story 2 years ago, when an Instagram account popped up called I Am Madeleine McCann. I have watched the Madeleine McCann case since day one, and I do not believe that Madeleine left apartment 5A alive. And that breaks my heart because that little girl deserved so much more than she had. But Julie Wandelt, 23 years of age, 3 years older than Maddie, maybe 4, have decided that she is Madeleine McCann. 2 years ago, she came out with her account. She apologized to the McCann and said she was not Madeleine. She was sorry for causing them pain and distress. And everything went quiet for a while. My heart broke for her parents, I gotta say. Can you imagine having your daughter tell the world that they're not your parent? Can you imagine how humiliated and degraded they probably felt? I can't. My daughter told the world that she thought that I was a kidnap victim. Here's the thing. Madeleine isn't the first child she decided to be. When she said that she may be a kidnap victim, she went for 2 other victims too. And I'm going to talk about those for a minute. Let me just get a picture up. Because these little girls deserve so much more than to have their name used to make money. Let me just get a picture up. Screen share. The little girl I'm about to show you is literally, I can't pronounce her name. Acacia, I believe it is. Asasia Bishop. Asasia was 19 months old. She was taken by her grandmother, we believe. Asasia was taken in May of 2003, May 25th, and has not been seen to this day. Poor little girl. I can only imagine how heartbroken her parents are for her to be taken by her grandmother. And there was actually another one. Let's just get this one up. This year is Inga. This is a German little girl who went missing almost 8 years of age. Also in May 2nd, 2015. German child never to have been seen again. Very similar to Madeleine McCann case. In the paperwork anyway. Realistically, I don't know what it was like. There's one thing that these 3 children have in common. They were all abducted in May. And I have to question, is that what these children have in common for Julia Wandelt? Julia recently started her I Am Madeleine McCann thing again and is getting help from somebody by the name of Shawn Attwood. Shawn Attwood is known on the internet as an ex-drug lord. There was also an incident with a autistic young woman who had been trafficked, and there are videos of her and him, her down between his legs, doing, well, I'll just let you imagine that because I will not be showing it on my channel, him dressed as a little girl, and a video where it looks like he is putting, what do we say, flour in his nose. And I shall just leave that there. There is a hashtag tag Daddygate. I never knew about this. I'm learning a lot about this Sean Attwood guy. He is not a good guy by any means of the word. He was apparently locked up in America for carrying things that he shouldn't have been, and almost had a sentence of 200 years. We managed to get it down to something like 5.5. 5.5. Okay. Julia is now in the UK. She's been arrested and she is on remand in jail until the 7th of April. Honestly, I've considered going up to the court on the 7th of April. Don't know if I'm going to be able to. But 2 years ago, I went down this rabbit hole with Julia, and I can tell you now that she is not, by any means, Madeleine. When I went down the rabbit hole, I was down there for days. I didn't sleep. I didn't eat. I just had to find out if she was or if she wasn't. I've always said that Madeleine did not leave apartment 5A, as I said in the beginning. Kate McCann refused to answer 48 questions. There's only one that she answered, and that was, if by not answering these questions you are, you know what, I'm getting really confused with words lately. You are causing issues for us in the investigation. And her words were, if that's what you want to believe, then yes. If my daughter went missing, not that I would leave her in another country in a room, apartment on her own, I would answer whatever they wanted, literally anything they wanted. If they asked me what colour underwear I was wearing, I would tell them. If it meant finding my daughter, I would tell them. You know, I thought about the Madeleine McCann case a lot, and what I would do if I was in that position. And I know that I would never, in a million years, leave my kids, especially so young, in an apartment alone. The McCanns claimed they were going back and forth. Them and their friends all had different amount of time that they wouldn't go and check on their own children. Some said 15 minutes, some said 20, some said 30. I'm sorry, but that's not even possible. By the time you get back, you sit down, you start to take a bite of your food. You got to get up and go back. By the time you get to finish your food, and even half a glass of wine, it would be cold. But Julia is a mega issue, and I believe she's dangerous. I've been looking more into what happened the last time that she decided to play this game, and I found an article Let me just bring that up. This was disturbing. Let's go with the Daily Mirror. Right. Madeleine was helped by a woman 2 years ago called Fia. And Fia took her to America. They went on the Dr. Phil show. And Julia done DNA test, 23andMe. And it told her that she was not Madeleine McCann. It said she was. Let me just get it up because I have got it. No, I don't have it on here. Sorry. I'll get back to that. It said that she was not from the UK. It had Poland, Germany. Maybe I can get it up on Instagram. Okay, let me just share this page with you a second. That's weird. Here you see the bottle that was part of the DNA. Let me just go back one to show you. This was 23andMe. There we go, 23andMe. There's a picture of her holding the bottle, and then there's a video of her putting her sample in and sealing the bottle and showing the number. That goes on to show that she does the sample right and puts it in, and there it is, they've received the sample. Here we go. This says that, oh damn it. This says Julia Wandelt is 100% Eastern European, Poland, Lithuanian, Russian. There is no way she is Madeleine McCann. But if you go over to Julia's page, not the I am Madeleine McCann one, fake Madeleine. Oh, I really don't like these things. Okay, I'll go back to that one now. Julia claims to have had tests done that tested with Sherry McCann's DNA. But in all honesty, I don't see how that's even possible. I've also noticed a lot of her stuff on her Instagram has been removed too. Okay, so DNA results part 3. Hair obtained from the floor of the crime scene in Portugal. Where would you get this to? You can't just get this anywhere. And we already know that the UK has refused DNA tests with Julia. The public would be in uproar if they did a DNA test on our back anyway. Simple answer, the suspect is not the source of the DNA on the evidence because their DNA is not fully established everywhere. However, they do match fairly well, more than I would expect at random, any specific pattern. Part 2. Visualize nose image and list results. I don't know where Julia's getting all of these from. I don't know who this Mr. Sergey Sinclair is. I have emailed him to see if he has anything to say on the matter, and I shall wait for any response from him. So far there is nothing, but it is now 10:48 at night, so I wouldn't expect to see something tonight. But as you can see, this is with Shawn Attwood on his channel. He's doing a lot to try and get it out that Julia is Madeleine McCann, which is insane to me. I don't know why she thinks that she can get away with doing this. I don't know what her end goal in this is, because it seems to me that it doesn't matter whether she has a DNA test and it proves that she's not. She's going to say that it's a lie anyway. Julia is very unwell, in my opinion. Either that, or she is very good at what she does, and this is a con to make money off the people who want to believe that Madeleine is still alive. And yes, there are a lot of people who want to believe that Madeleine McCann is still alive. Madeleine was a beautiful little girl. There are a lot of things that can be said that Madeleine was a handful for Kate McCann. She was apparently up for adoption by another family member. Finding this evidence and putting it all out there now is difficult because a lot of it got brushed under the carpet. The McCanns had friends in high places, and I think that's why they got away with it. Because any other Joe Blogs would have been arrested for neglect. Who leaves a 3-year-old and 2 1-year-olds in an apartment to go and eat a meal in a restaurant? I don't care how close the restaurant was. They could not see if someone went into that apartment. They could not see if someone came out of that apartment. The dogs used to go into that apartment to see if there was any signs of a deceased person. They signaled to the hire car that was hired days after Madeleine's disappearance, behind the sofa, and a wardrobe in the bedroom. Those dogs were used in a case called with a little girl called April Jones. Now, yes, there will be people who will point out that there was other evidence in the April Jones case. There was bones found. Small amount of bones, but there was bones found. And the dogs were used as a big piece of the evidence against the person who hurt April Jones. These dogs were very good at what they did. You can look them up. I will put them in the description along with the videos that have described this with Julia better than I can. I find the Madeleine McCann case very stressful. I find talking about any children really stressful, honestly. Especially the ones who are no longer with us. She was a beautiful little girl who had her whole life ahead of her. One holiday to Portugal and she never came home. To look at that case now, we're going back a very long way. This was 2007 that Madeleine went missing. And still, no body has been found. No one has been arrested for it. And the two twins were left with Kate and Jerry. As I said, any other parents would have been locked up. Kids would have been taken away. The twins would have definitely been taken away. But they had Gordon Brown, and they had Gordon Brown's speaker as a speaker for them. There has been around 20 million of the British taxpayers' money put into the search of Madeleine McCann. There is no other case of that amount of money has been put into. My question is why? Why does Madeleine get something that no other child has ever got or will ever get? There are so many children out there still missing that should have had even half of the amount that Madeleine McCann has had put into her case. The McCanns got to pay off their mortgage. They got to go on good trips with the twins, travelled the world and met the Pope. Look at how many other children were missing, who are missing still, like Madeleine. Look at the two other girls that Julia has tried to claim she was. Julia has found a good way to tap into someone's heart. Children will always hit someone in the heart. When a child goes missing, the world wants to know why and who died and who took them. Sorry about that. There are not that many cases that I know of that last this long, but there are a few. It's not a huge amount of children that never get found. Thank God. I just wish one day we could put an end to the Madeleine McCann scenario, because this case has been running so long. We're literally 2 years or 20 years, and Madeleine was 3, about to turn 4. There is nothing more infuriating than a case that lingers this long with no answers whatsoever. I can only hope that one day we will get answers. And I'm going to end this here because I don't want to go on for hours with this one. It is really upsetting and infuriating. I will keep an eye on what is going on with Julia, and I will update when there is any more information. But she was arrested for harassment and stalking. She turned up in the UK for Madeleine's vigil in 2024. Why she would do that for, I don't know. That did stop the McCanns going to the vigil. They seen her there and they turned around and left, from what I heard. She has phoned the house. She has phoned the police. The police department that is investigating the case. And she has done everything to try and force herself into the position of being Madeleine McCann. And this 69% DNA test that she claims to have, how did she get that? How did she get the results for Jerry McCann? Is she using AI to get the results? Because I hear she's doing that too. I don't know. But there are pictures of her with her mother, and I will put them at the end of this, of her mother, father, and some things that Fia posted, who tried to help her 2 years ago. Please try not to get involved with Shawn Attwood. He is not a good person. I do believe that he needs Julia more than she needs him, because when they stick her picture up, there's a picture of Madeleine right next to her. But they say they're just trying to find out who she is. Julia Wandelt. She was born to her parents. She grew up with her parents. She has a passport. She has a birth certificate. She's left she's left Poland a number of times now. Went to go to America, where she had a phone seized. That's what I was going to look into. She had a phone seized for images of children. Let me just get that up here a second. So no one can think this is made up. Woman who believes to be Madeleine McCann breaks silence after police seize her phone. The Orange County Sheriff's Department in California has contacted police in Wrocław, Poland's largest city, after obtaining a device which has been said to belong to 21-year-old Julia Wandelt. This was 2 years ago, so 2023. The woman who mistakenly believed she was a missing toddler, Madeleine McCann, has broken her silence after police said her phone was seized as part of an investigation. Orange County Sheriff's Department in California has contacted police in Wrocław, Poland's largest city, obtaining a device which has been said to belong to the 21-year-old. Julia, who is currently in Poland with her dad, spent a brief spell in California with Dr. Fia Johansson, who was a spokeswoman before bitter fallout, and she received death threats. It's currently unknown if Julia had the device when she returned home to Poland. Speaking to Radar Online, a Southside psychic private investigator, Dr. Fia, said that the phone was handed over voluntarily as part of a police search and seize. The OC Sheriff's Office confirmed it involved, but refused to provide any further specific details. We are not going to make any comments about the case, Department spokesman Sergeant Mike Woodruff told RadarOnline.com. Our investigation has taken a deep look into it, and we're going to let them do their investigative duties, and from that point let the judicial system take over if it needs to. Julia set the internet reeling after going viral for questioning if she could be the missing tot. Maddie vanished without a trace from her room during a family holiday in Portugal in Para de Luz. On her page, she was asking for help taking a DNA test which would prove one way or another she was a missing child. After her blood was checked, it was confirmed she was no relation to Madeleine due to her not having English roots. In a statement on her Instagram last week, she wrote, "It wasn't my intention to bring sadness or any negative emotions to anyone, especially to the McCann's family. I'm sorry, but I quote BS." The comments were part of a 17-page statement. She also claimed never to have been Maddie, rather than she only questioned if she was. So why has she been comparing pictures of herself to Maddie, to Jerry, to Kate? If you take a look at her picture of her mother and her father, and I will put what Fia put up on the end of this video, and you will see these pictures. She looks the image of her mother. I used this sentence to create a nickname for my old Instagram account. It was my mistake, and I know it, and I apologize for that, because I should use words. Am I Madeleine McCann? Am I not? So this was my fault. If you go over to Shawn Attwood's post, he has made numerous videos claiming that Julia is Madeleine McCann, is the 69%. figure this out a minute to show you exactly how many videos these people have made. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You know, I really can't find it right now. Where is it gone? There's no way they removed over 20 videos off this page, is there? Hang on, let me just go here. Okay, let's get this sharing. So what then? I'm still sharing the other page. Okay, here you're going to see how many exactly videos there has been made of Julia Wandelt. Start here. 3 hours ago, one day. One day. One day. Julie Wandelt, HM Peterborough. This is insane. Why are they encouraging this girl to do this? What are they getting out of this? Then take a look at Shawn Attwood. Daddy. Great. Just going to briefly show you what comes up with this. I'm going to try not to show anything too bad. Until dangers of jail. It was a big thing when this was put on 4 years ago. I didn't know nothing about it though. Many Faces of Shawn Attwood. The Daddy Gate podcast. Some of these pages hasn't been used since 3 to 4 years ago. This guy, it's not somebody you want to mess with. Like honestly, please do not mess with this guy. And there's the image. That is more than enough to see. And there you will see that is him in the back, dressed up. But yeah, what is he getting out of helping Julia do this? That is my biggest question. Because he wouldn't be doing this for nothing. He's not that kind of person. Why does Julia seem to go for people who went missing in May? She is too old to be any of these children. Her mother had a C-section. She is her daughter, his daughter, their daughter. With that, I'm going to leave it there for now and come back with anything else that I find out. Hope everyone has a great night, and I shall speak to you all soon. I will add at the end the things that Fia has posted on her Instagram, and I shall see you all soon, now that I am back to post it again. Have a grand night, everybody, and I shall see you in the next one.